Hey, you guys got a lot of extra garden tomatoes you want to get rid of? I'm going to show you a good recipe on what to make with all these. Look at this big one here. Ooh, that's a nice one. I got a little one with it too. All right, we're going to go ahead and preheat our oven to 400 because we're going to roast these. We're going to cover these in olive oil and roast them. But first, I'm going to get this thing covered in aluminum foil. All right, so I got a couple store-boughts here, and then these are from the garden, some store-boughts. Pretty soon I'm gonna have a whole ton of these, but I wanted to make a whole, have enough to make the soup here, so I bought a few store-bought ones. So first thing I'm gonna do is wash everything off, slice it up, cover it in olive oil. I usually get them about that size, roasting size. All right, there's my tomatoes and carrots. I put some carrots on there too. And so now we're just gonna cover them in olive oil, get a nice coat on there, and I'll take my hands and roll them around, get them all coated, and put them in the oven. Before I put them in, I'm just gonna coat them in sea salt, Himalayan pink salt, and black pepper. Okay, then I'll go ahead and put a light coat of basil leaves on here. All right, there we go. Put that in there for about 30 to 40 minutes. All right, well, these babies are cooking in there. Get some other stuff ready to go. Ingredients that we're gonna need: oregano. I'm using smoked paprika because I love it. Thyme, cumin, diced tomatoes, and then a lime. I'm gonna use some garlic and some. My pot going here. I'm gonna put a little oil in here to warm it on medium heat. Do up some chopped onions and garlic in there. Okay, we're gonna use 2 yellow onions and 5 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna chop it all up. Okay, just gonna add the onion in there now and the garlic. All right, there's a few cloves of garlic. It calls for 5, so these are kind of small, so I did a couple extra. I'm gonna just go ahead and hit them with the chopper and add them to the pan. All right, really you're only supposed to cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes, and so I'm just gonna let it simmer. I'm gonna let that simmer until these are done, and they're almost done. They got about 10 minutes left. I'm gonna put them in the Vitamix here and mix them all. All right, I'm gonna pull these out, let them cool off for about 10 minutes. Oh, they smell good. Take these, and we're gonna puree them in here. All right, now I'm just gonna take and transfer them. And I'm gonna add about a 1/4 cup of water to these two. Oh yeah, these smell just delicious. So then I got this going over here. All right, we got those ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and add in some water. And I'm gonna add these diced tomatoes. You can add these to your pot if you don't have enough room in your processor. Start off a little slow here. Crank the heat back up to about medium. These have been cooking in here for a little bit. Smells delicious. And we're gonna go ahead and add all our puree now. We're gonna add in about 3 cups of water, 2.5 to 3 cups of water, 2 teaspoons of thyme leaves, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of paprika. I'm using smoked paprika. All right, and about 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. All right, now just stir it in, let it cook. Let it cook for about 15-20 minutes, and then you want those onions. Come here, boy. Want those onions to reduce a little bit, and then just salt to your taste. All right, now while that's cooking, get your bread ready. So hang on to this. Since you took your foil off that, you can put the bread on there now. So I'm gonna refoil it though. If you got a garden, come out here and pick some fresh basil leaves. It calls for 2, but I'm gonna do a little bit more. Oh, this smells so good. calls for 2, but I'm gonna do about 5. Got a whole bunch to use up. Add those in there.